So just a couple questions here. Why did you respond to my initial Facebook post that I put out there about doing a sci-fi audio drama?
Who wants to go first? Who responded first?
I guess
I think you did.
I
Yeah, I think you were the very first one.
Yeah, as far as I remember, like, it was right when you posted that, and I read through the post.
Immediate.
It was immediate. I read through the post, and I felt like this might something that I might actually enjoy. And since I love doing theater and acting, voiceover would be a new thing for me, because people are not gonna see my emotions or like my physical interactions, but it's just gonna be voice. And I was even a few weeks before that, I was thinking like, what happens if I actually do a voice over for an animation? And then I saw your opportunity. I was like, yep, there you go. There's the sign.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Worked out.
Well, then you could put that on a resume just to have it.
It's experience.
Yeah.
I responded because I really like doing voice work, and I had worked in radio for several years, and then within the past couple of years I switched to a new job where I don't do a whole lot of recording anything, and so I was starting to miss that. And also, even when I was doing radio, it was more just news stuff. It was certainly not chasing down kittens and playing on a cotton candy planet. So I was looking forward to the potential of like having a little more fun with it.
Cool. What was your first impression of your character?
Ooh, it was an interesting one. It was Captain Jarek. When I read about him, it felt like somewhere it's me. And I was like, I feel like I can play this role pretty nicely. I was like, whenever I was reading the role, I was imagining, how would I do it? And I felt like, okay, this is how I would do it. And I saw a different version of me, and I liked leadership, being in the front of everything. So that worked out. So, yep.
Yeah, it felt like, oh, that's obviously me. That needs to be me.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm always drawn to characters that are like very optimistic and very enthusiastic. So, yeah.
Nice. I guess that kind of answers this. How are you personally like your character, or also how are you different?
Personally, I would like the humor. That kind of, I feel like it relates to me. Like, I know what I'm doing, but I don't know what I'm doing. That's Captain Jarek. Like, he is confident in everything, which I am. And not like me, like, the difference is, like, he doesn't know when he's gonna mess up. But I know when I'm gonna mess up. I'll be like, okay, this is where I'm messing it up. So, yep. The confidence and, like, believe in the realistic part of knowing when Captain Jarek is not doing right. Yep.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of overlaps with things that both myself and Sky would cuddle. Even pinchy things. Everything deserves some cuddles and some love. Yeah. I think as for differences, it would really be hard to be a human in a real world and be that optimistic all the time.
Yes.
So
that's good.
Yep. I wish I had a little more of that.
That's a little unrealistic.
Yeah.
Just to be always optimistic about everything. How did you prepare for voicing your character? Like, was there a time or place that worked best?
For me, the time and place was like definitely my room at the dead end of the night. Because she has been to Bangladesh and she knows how loud it can get, like with the traffic and everything and with people. So, like literally 2 in the morning, because I was up. And then I was like, okay, let's do it now because it's now quiet. And about the voice part, I tried out different accents. And then I was like, nope, none of it's working. So I just went on like, let's just be myself and see how that works out. And I think it worked out pretty nicely for that. So, yeah.
I would always just try to find a quiet time where nobody else was home, but we have
Daisy.
multiple pets, one of which is a very loud dog, Daisy. And so it never failed that as soon as I would hit the record button, that's when the letter carrier would come, or that's when a package would get delivered, or that's when a bicycle would go by.
Yeah.
So there were many things that were cut out.
How many retakes had you had to take for Daisy?
So many. I should have left some of them in. Or Smokey would crawl into my lap and he would be like, "Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Let's hang out. Who are you talking to?"
Mm-hmm.
So if you're Farhan, if you're recording at like 2 a.m, is the rest of your family here? Okay.
No, because she knows the structure of our house. My room is completely secluded.
Okay.
It's like at a far end, and the other family lives on the other far
Okay.
end. So they never heard anything. So. Mm-hmm.
You weren't waking anybody up.
No.
Screaming
As a matter
about
of fact,
spaceships.
they were up as well, just in their rooms.
But nobody was wondering why you were screaming
No.
about spaceships.
No.
Okay.
Because for some reason, because some of the voiceovers I had to like yell, like,
Uh-huh.
"Hey!" And I was like, "Can they hear it? Can they hear it?" No, they didn't. So it was a fun experience with that.
Was there any awkward moments like during your recording?
Yeah, I forgot what episode it was. Like, whenever I'm recording, I turn off my fan as well, like, so that it doesn't make any sound. All of a sudden, like something, I have the cricket bats in my room,
Uh-huh.
and it just dropped and made a loud crack. I was at the very end part of the recording, and I didn't have any editor or anything to cut that part out, so I had to redo it all over again. So, yep, that was it. So it was like no wind, nothing, nobody came in my room, and my cricket bat decides to like, "Hey, I'm here, I exist," and bam.
I had, well, I still have these very nice headphones from back in the days that I would record a lot of stuff, but they're like, I don't know, they're like at least 7 or 8 years old, and so the foam part of the headphones had disintegrated, kind of.
I have a pair like that.
Yeah, and so
then you
like,
have little pieces.
yes!
On the face.
Mhm.
And I did not realize the first time that I recorded, I had it on and everything went great and I took them off, and then Jeremy got home and he was like, "Why do you have a beard?"
That's funny.
Is there anything that you learned about recording or doing these kind of things?
Yeah, it's not simple. It's not easy. Like, if I actually want to put out good work, it's not just the voice. So I literally, like, after the first 2 episodes, what I found out, like, I had to interpret. I was living at that moment with my hands. Like, I'm pointing at people, I'm looking at different directions, like, imagining those stuff, and voicing that part. So for the first 2 episodes, it was like, I'm just reading the script. And then I was like, oh, this can be done this way. And then the more natural way comes out, like, I'm actually in that moment. So that's something that I learned, that it's not easy.
Yeah, I think a lot of the technical stuff I already knew, but it was nice to find a creative voice again. And then also, I guess since I had stopped recording quite as much, we had moved into a new house that has hardwood floors in the room that I was recording, and I was learning how much of the sound bounced around, especially if I was yelling.
I've heard that if you're in a coat closet, that works the best because the coats
Yeah.
or like the soft pillows or whatever are absorbing the sound rather than walls or hard floor.
It also protects you from cricket bats.
Yep, that's true.
If you could change one thing about your character or the story, what would it be?
About the story, I don't think there's anything. Like, the storyline is so nice, and it just blends in from one episode to another. So, like, you have done an incredible job writing that part out. About the character, it's still very nice. I would like to add more humor to it. I mean, it has enough, but if it goes more, then there are those awkwardness that cuts out, like, oh, what did I do? Like, I don't know if I can put it. I don't have an exact moment that I can remember, but there was one episode when I was like, probably with the Empress. Like if I could add more humor, there wouldn't be
Okay.
those long pauses. So yeah.
She was added in because
Mm-hmm.
Abby wanted to be a part of this
Uh-huh.
too. So then, some things had to be kind of reimagined for
Mhm.
what I originally intended. And even the characters themselves were more like I started trying to think about you as a character
Mm-hmm.
and kind of adapting them to
Yeah.
your personality.
I mean, it was an amazing storyline with the characters. It depicted well. The animations were amazing, and like for this one, I wouldn't have changed anything honestly. But like talking about something in the future, Captain Jerry could be more humorous, more dumb, a mixture of why like very confident, enthusiastic person, yet very dumb. Doesn't know what to speak, what to say. So yeah.
Yeah. I don't know that if you start changing things, it changes the story a lot,
Mhm.
and I like the story so much. I would like to see what Sky would do if she's ever met with, like, what happens when the immovable force meets the how's it go? The immovable object meets the
Unstoppable.
unstoppable
Unstoppable.
force. Like,
Mhm.
what happens when that super enthusiastic, wants to cuddle the creature person meets the uncuddleable pinchy crab?
It's chaos. Extremely chaos.
And last question: what was your reaction to hearing the full recording, like for the first time?
It was interesting because I read all through the script, so I knew what was coming, but I was really curious to see how people do it, the voiceover. So I did my part, and then when everything put together, I was like, wow, this turned out to be more than I expected, especially with Sky, because I know you were doing it, so I was kind of expecting what your voice might be, but it was not like that. It was much more fun, and I didn't know the other guys as well. So like Dr. Gorblex, and when the Empress came in, those were actually fun to hear. So it was the animation and everything. It was good.
Yeah, especially not knowing the other people. That first one, I
Mhm.
was like, there they are.
Mhm.
And I think like the Empress, that was emailed to me,
Mm.
and Grace's part, Riggs, that was a private message, so that wasn't like through
Oh,
the group.
huh.
So
Mhm.
I don't think you were getting
No,
those initially.
Yeah,
no.
no.
I mean, none of the people got my recordings as well, because I always email to
were
you.
emailed.
Yeah, because
Yeah, I just put them in the Facebook Messenger. And
yeah,
I was
because
like,
I cannot do that on my phone.
Mhm.
I had to take it to my desktop and then like send the files through that. It was a lot hassle. I would just upload it through my phone through the email, like so made it easier for me.
yeah. I tried to give a couple reads of everything because sometimes I think it's hard to tell how the dialogue will flow into each
Mhm.
other, and you don't want to have two very similar sounding things all at the same time. Or, on the other hand, like, I'm thinking of the Dr. Glorblax and me singing, "We're going on a bear hunt," and you're like, how's the other person gonna sing this?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Are
And
we
he
matching
was-
each other?
He was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
For my end of that, because of the dichotomy between the two characters, between that just kind of a clash of.
It was okay that they were different. Yeah.
So I was expecting different, and I wasn't like, even if melodically it didn't work, I felt like that was fine. Any favorite lines or scenes?
I really liked whenever Sky had the sugar rush, and I had to record everything like very condensed into the sugar high of just craziness all at once. And even though I recorded it as much as I could in one breath, it was neat to see how you condensed it down even further and pitched it up and just took her over the mountain and over the moon and back.
Nice. Yeah, for me, I feel like this is relax. What's the worst that could happen? Like, that's a line that I have been using a lot more in college. Like, hey, the deadline's right there. What's the worst could happen? Just turn it in.
How does that work for the Scout Force 5? I mean, it doesn't always
It doesn't, but it's there.
work out.
I feel like Scout Force 5 is something that's that meant to be not work out. It's like a chaotic mess.
I hope your missions in college are much more successful.
They are.
I don't know if you realized this in each episode, but all the odd number ones take place on a planet, and all the even numbers are on a ship.
Right.
I
which
did not
I
notice
keep
that.
on.
Yeah, now that you say, I can see that, but I did not
Yeah,
realize that.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah. I have a
keeps
question
it
for
fresh.
you. I mean, we
Sure,
were doing the voiceovers. We were just sending it. How was everything else going? Like putting everything together and editing it. A lot of edits and the animation.
That
That's a
takes
good
a lot
question.
of time, and I end up doing that at night.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever Adele goes to sleep, then I'm still clicking away at stuff. Yeah, I've done. I know the work that goes into that,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just something that I enjoy, the behind the scenes kind of stuff, and trying to make things work and like meshing things together. I think that's a lot more interesting. It would have been, I think, better, but not practical to like have everyone in a room
Mm-hmm.
and doing it at the same time. It would have been a lot easier to get the recordings
Yeah.
all at the same time and have them, because the way it's done now,
Mm-hmm.
I get them like intermittently, and it
Yep.
sometimes I'm waiting a long time.
Yeah. The budget for it would have gone up considerably, though,
Oh,
if we had
yeah.
to fly this guy back to.
Mm-hmm. It would be fun, but it's gonna be expensive. Yeah.
Or we could have all met in Bangladesh.
That's gonna be more expensive.
That's more expensive.
That's more expensive, but that's gonna be fun. That would have been a lot of fun. Yep.
Good job.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for the opportunity.
This
Yes.
game is nice. I like
It
the
is.
game.